This week, Americans are broke, especially in these areas. Will a reverse mortgage get a second look?
Building relationships is the way Mutual of Omaha has grown into one of the leading financial services companies in the world. Our reverse mortgage wholesale division is proud to carry on this 100-plus year tradition. To your borrowers, a reverse mortgage is more than a transaction. It's a promise of a better, more stress-free life. Our goal is to provide you, our valued client, with the best service and support possible so you can focus on helping your borrowers achieve the retirement of their dreams.
Welcome back to the Industry Leader Update. On last week's episode, we dove into how older Americans are being especially hard hit or even crushed by higher homeowners insurance premiums, which are skyrocketing, and also they're increasingly being denied or rejected for credit loan applications and mortgages. Now, one viewer commented and he shared his real-life experience saying, "I bought a home in Fort Myers, Florida 1 year ago, and the insurance was $1,500 a year. 1 year later, it's $3,000, and my insurance broker said, they're sticking with Insurance Florida, but this year's new renewal will be $4,500 a year. So in 2 years, it will have tripled. I own the home outright, so I'm not required to carry homeowners insurance. However, the large number of hurricanes that are hitting Florida in recent years forces me to have insurance. Homeowners Association dues also went up, so did taxes, utilities, and club memberships." This story is being played out countless times across the nation. It should then come as no surprise that the majority of Americans today are essentially broke, not merely because of a lack of planning or saving, but because of the spiraling out-of-control costs of our day-to-day necessities, such as insurance, prescription medication copays, or even a mortgage payment. PR Newswire reports that 69% of those in urban areas are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, those findings come from the Lending Club Bank's 22nd edition of its series, The New Reality Check. That's the Paycheck-to-Paycheck research. Now, this study, it reveals that Americans' financial woes are often very localized. Ironically, urban residents and even those that have the highest salaries are more prone to feel the pain of inflation. Overall, 61% of consumers were living paycheck to paycheck across the nation in April of 2023. But what's even more remarkable is a report that found that while income is a major factor, where one lives appears to be just nearly as important in determining whether they're more prone to be living paycheck to paycheck with constrained cash flow. Now, the prevalence of those living paycheck to paycheck is common amongst urban dwellers for all regions of the U.S. with one notable exception, and that is the South, including the states of Alabama, Florida, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee, just to name a few. So what are some of the takeaways or lessons that we can take from this survey? Well, first, many of those consumers are most likely going to end up being house rich and cash poor by the time they reach their 60s, just before retirement. Second, it's not only workers who are living paycheck to paycheck. Many older Americans are now living one Social Security and or retirement distribution to the next each month. Third, the largest concentration of homeowners that have the strongest motivation to even consider a reverse mortgage, you're most likely going to be finding them in urban centers, or at least near them. Fourth, urban populations are more likely to accept and use credit, and therefore they may be less resistant to a loan, such as a reverse mortgage. And finally, fifth, 82% of respondents in urban areas report to have an outstanding credit card balance, which averages about 57% of their available savings. In conclusion, older homeowners in the urban areas are likely being more impacted with a higher cost of living and debt service. And as such, they could be less resistant to the idea, at least considering, tapping into a portion of their home's value to help relieve their strained cash flow. Now, what are your thoughts? You can leave your comments in the comment section below. Please share this video on LinkedIn. We love to see it there and we appreciate that. And also Facebook. And don't forget, we have a YouTube channel. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you never miss an upcoming episode. And each and every week we have our podcast, so you can just simply plug in those headphones or turn on the speaker and catch up on the reverse mortgage news of the week. That's Heck'em World Weekly. You can listen and subscribe on iTunes, and also we're now on Spotify and of course on Podbean. Thanks again for joining us, and be sure to return next week for more reverse mortgage news, commentary, and analysis here at Hack'em World. Have a great week.